Alright, welcome to the new My Little Breakdown, where we're going to talk about all things of breaking down, whether it be My Little Pony episodes, might branch off into movies, equipment, and all kinds of things. But today, we're going to be talking about My Little Pony. I'm Pat Saven. With me, I have Heartsong and Twy. How you doing, guys?
Fantastic.
It's
Pretty good.
Always doing fantastic.
Yeah, it's great to hear. How we're changing up things slightly. We're going to try to segment this and have more specific topics, but we're still going to keep to the same sort of flow what we've always done. Start off, since we recently did the Season 4 finale, how would you guys like to do Season 5 predictions?
I think that seems like a good place to go.
Awesome. First off, do you have any predictions?
I don't know what to predict at this point, to be honest. I mean, I feel like there's things that I'd like to see, but I have no idea what will actually happen. And for full disclosure, I am a little bit behind on actually watching everything. So I truly apologize.
You're only apologizing to the internet. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
The internet hates.
Wait, have you watched the finale?
I'm really behind. I have not actually watched the finale. Yeah, that's how far behind I am.
Oh, so how are we supposed to predict things based off what we've seen? If
I'm gonna talk about all this stuff, and you're gonna be like, "Well, that just ruined the finale for me." Thanks.
Well, you're always just going about ruining things for me, so I feel like that's not really a big change.
Right.
That's just kind of our relationship in a nutshell.
I am a homewrecker. Sorry.
That is true. I feel like there's some sort of reference there that I don't understand. Now I'm all paranoid.
There's no Joey Bag of Donuts about me.
I'm just confused.
Do you know that reference at least?
Joey Bag of Donuts? That was on like the Drake and Josh show, right?
Well, I mean, it might have been. I'm talking about Moe's, because Moe's Burritos, there's the homewrecker and the Joey Bag of Donuts.
Oh, I did not recognize it from there specifically.
Go to Moe's. It's better than Chipotle.
I don't know if there are any Moe's where I live. Then again, I sometimes forget where I live because I am never there.
It's okay. I don't know any of those things that you just said.
Okay, that's fair.
But I actually have a little bit of a prediction based on, and I'll try to do this as spoiler-free as possible.
I mean, at this point, it's my fault. So, like, don't bend over backwards to avoid spoilers. Like, I would prefer if you weren't like, and then the finale ended when X and Y happened. But, like I said, at this point, it's my own fault, so don't worry too much.
All right. Well, I won't bend over backwards, but still, I'll try my best not to spoil too much.
Yeah, that's so sweet of you.
All right. Well, I try, and it's in my nature. No, it's also government mandated to be as nice as possible. So.
Yeah, that does sound like a pretty Canadian thing.
Anyway, based off of what we've seen in the last season in general with, Princess Twilight Sparkle, I have a feeling that with her new role shown to us in the finale, that
fantastic,
she is going to go on completely overboard with the power she's received and become a tyrant.
That seems highly unlikely.
That seems pretty illogical.
Based on what I know about the characters, having not seen about half of the last season, even still, that seems highly unlikely, and I feel somewhat offended that you offered it up as a possibility. A righteous indignation is what I feel.
But if you think about it, it almost makes sense.
No, it
for her to be a tyrant?
Okay, maybe tyrant isn't the best word, but she might... maybe tyrant is just a step too far. Maybe she'll take that role too far and stress over it like she does everything else. And that will be the opener.
Stress seems likely.
Yeah,
Just
I mean
generally.
So to be fair, the really weird thing about I guess with the role she was given was like, I kind of assumed that was her role all along. So like the entire fourth season, was she just in this state of like
limbo?
Yeah.
Okay, but also
I'm just gonna go out and say it because it's really not a spoiler in my mind. At the end of the finale, Celestia talks about how Twilight is the princess of friendship. And that doesn't seem surprising at all. At the end of season 3, it was just a question of whether it was friendship or magic.
Magic, yeah.
And they're essentially one and the same in the context of the show.
Because friendship is magic, you guys. Oh.
Yay.
Okay, but I still think my prediction, my thing holds validity. If you think back to Lesson 0, up to that point, she was always writing letters. But it was
Well, I mean, the entire point of Lesson 0 was to frame the idea that she was gonna write letters along with the rest of the cast.
Yeah, but she was always writing letters up to that point. And then because there seemed like some kind of importance or imposed deadline for it, it became a stressor and it got taken overboard. Well, she's always been this, I don't know, embodiment of friendship and magic. And now that it's her role, she's probably going to take it as like a stressor and, have almost maybe a similar breakdown. Or take it too far and be like, the princess of friendship, everybody must be friends, and if you're not friends, there's something wrong, and if there's something wrong, we have to fix it.
I mean, I guess I could see that, but
I hope they wouldn't start reusing episode ideas like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I could see that as from Twilight as a character, but I couldn't see it because it would be the exact same episode as Lesson 0.
Yeah.
I think one thing I
could see them doing that, but I would be very scared of it. Like if they came out and the first episode that I saw of a new season was like
it'd probably be a Meriwether Williams episode if that happened.
Boom! But see, you thought we wouldn't get you, did you, Meriwether? No, we were gonna get you.
I don't even think she. Did she write in season 4? I don't even know if she did. I haven't brought up Meriwether in a while.
I think it's me being here that has compelled you to do it.
Well, yeah, but while it might be a recycled episode, it could be done differently if it was done like to the point that it was like such a big breakdown that she became the villain.
That would be no. It's not. No,
that's the greatest possible reaction.
No, it's honestly like I don't even think that's that bad of an idea. The reason why I just flat out say no to that is like the entire idea of the show, and like essentially in the end, you could call it rainbow power, you could call it the elements of harmony, you could call it whatever you want. It's all the same thing. In the end, it's always that the 6 of them together end up being what saves the day. And if she was gonna be made into like a real villain, then that would just make no sense because it'd be like, well, guess we can't use those elements of harmony.
We need to use the elements of harmony to stop the big bad. Oh wait,
the elements of harmony are the big bad.
Dun dun dun.
See, that could even be like the season 5 finale, is that the elements all go corrupt.
I think that could work.
Yeah. Isn't that's kind of what Discord did, though? I mean, it wasn't.
He corrupted the bearer of the elements. He didn't actually make like the elements themselves corrupt.
There are no more elements. There are no more elements. They're gone. They wrote those off. But no, somewhat going back to the idea of Twilight's new but not so new role. One thing that I would expect to see and kind of hope to see too is the idea of and I talked about this in our last episode too. The rest of the main six sort of being elevated to the same position that Twilight is. Because one, I think that's just a very smart writing move as to not alienate Twilight in any way. I mean, that I never felt was a big concern, but I know a lot of people going into season 4 were really worried that Twilight was going to be, you know. And then throughout the season, there would be people that would complain about how she wasn't being alienated for being a princess, which I, again, have complained about before. And really, if you were complaining about that, you should probably just question what you even wanted. But, no, I mean, I think with the way it was shown at the end of the episode, and then just how it makes sense to me in the sense of how the elements work and how they're all supposedly equal. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool if they had the main six and it was like, oh, look, it's the elements of friendship.
It's the Ministry, Mayor.